What's up, YouTube? It's Mike here, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Ring that notification bell for notifications, and if you like the video, please like the video. It's only been a couple weeks since my Phantom Redtail Catfish update, and it's already time to move this guy. Now, he's not massive, he's maybe about 12 inches, but he's too big for the tank with all the decor, and he's getting like kind of clumsy and like moving stuff around, which I expected. There's a lot of wood and decorations in the tank, so I'm not really surprised. I knew the day would come. Came a little quicker than I expected. Either way, let's move this guy to the 1500. He's plenty big enough. The only one I really worry about is this guy right here, that big long nose. He gets a little nippy, and if you guys are familiar with gar, you know they're not the smartest eaters. They have a hard time grabbing food, and sometimes they bite stuff that they shouldn't bite. So I'm a little worried about him, but the fish itself is far too big for him to eat, so I think we're good. So let's get to moving this guy. No, that's not what I wanted. So we can get a quick look at him before he goes in. Trying to get an idea of his size here. But he's longer than the 10-inch net, so I'd say he's about 12 inches, somewhere around there. Got some good size on him. Beautiful fish. Absolutely gorgeous fish. So, let's release him. See if we can catch the release.
That's what she said!
Now, the Oscar got over it quick. The Phantom seems to be chilling in this corner for the most part, so we aren't going to get to see him too much. But you guys know, as he gets bigger, we'll see him just plenty. Once he's a big cat, I'm not going to be able to lose him in these corners as easily. So he came right out for food. That's a good sign. Making a big mess. This is pollock, and it kind of is a little bit flakier than like shrimp or tilapia. That makes a bigger mess, but I like it because it has the skin on it and it's pretty cheap. But he is doing well. Ate right away. Doesn't look like anything's been picking on him. So a little flash forward a couple days now. He's been in here successfully. He is super active, and yeah, he just pretty much constantly swims now. He's not even really hiding in corners. Every time I'm down here with the lights on, he's just swimming around. So it's pretty cool. I think he's gonna do well. I have the usual problem with him where he will eat all the food on everything and then blows up like a balloon, so I do have to worry about that. I have to be careful with my feedings, spread out the food, and hope that I can feed the rays and everything else a little bit more and try to keep him from eating too much. But for the most part, we're good. So I'm just enjoying growing him out in here while it lasts. I know I won't be able to keep him in here long because he's a little boss and he's gonna get big quick. He's already getting big. So yeah, I'll just enjoy it while it lasts. I love the contrast of the white. I love his white contrast against the red garnet sand. I think that is super nice, and it kind of brings out his red fins, the red tail fin and everything too, which is pretty cool. Gives him a pinker look, whereas like when he was in the 300, he had a lot more of a white look. So kind of cool, I think, where that kind of sets him aside from the average platinum red tail, which has more of a white with the red tail, or you know, the albinos. It kind of sets him apart, gives him a little bit more of a pink look. But I guess the ultimate test will be once he goes into the catfish tank, once he's big enough, we'll see how he looks in there. It'll be interesting to see if he keeps that pink. And while we are at it with successful moves, I've got a plan to move this guy, this silver arowana. As you guys can see, he's grown quite a bit. I'm gonna move this silver arowana, focus, into the 1500 as well very soon. What I'm waiting on is I've ordered some netting, and I'm gonna do a couple of tricks to keep netting underneath the lids, which will ensure that that arowana has no way of jumping out. Right now, it's pretty unlikely that he would jump out, but not impossible. I could definitely see it being possible enough that I don't want to take the chance. So the other thing I have to do other than add netting is I gotta finally get these two FX6s off of this system. The system doesn't need them. It was great to make sure that the tank was fish safe when I first set it up, because those have been cycled for a long time. So when I first set up the tank, I put those FX6s on it just to make sure I didn't have any problems as I was newly establishing the Ultima, which is in the closet. But now it's been months and months, and we are good. Actually, crazy enough, it's been running close to 9 months, I think, now. So I want to take both of these off. I should probably take one at a time off, but I'm tempted to just take both of them off, and that will make my netting system here way more efficient, because that's really the only spot where I have anything coming into the tank. So, well, from above anyway. So that is the plan. You guys will see that come along within the next couple weeks. Once I get my netting and everything I need for that, I'm going to move the arowana over. Technically, he could stay in here longer because he hasn't like outgrown this tank, but the spooking is absolutely ridiculous. He was good for like a first couple weeks, and then anytime I've had anyone over, or if I talk a lot like this, he gets very, very timid and does this like corner thing where he hides. So I freak him out. The problem is there's just not a lot of activity down here. I'm usually the only one down here, so when I do have company and there's a lot of talking going on, he notices, and it bothers him. It makes him afraid. So still eats just fine. When he thinks it's just time to eat, like at night, he comes right over to the front glass and acts like a puppy. But at these awkward times during the day, when he's not used to me being down here talking a lot, he will get freaked out. So I think moving him into the 1500 sooner rather than later would be better for his problems with spooking. I believe they will be. Plus, when he does spook, he gets caught in these corners and stuff. There's just less for him to get hurt on in here, and the lids are much higher up. So even though I do think it's not impossible that he could get out, he's got over 6 inches of jump space in here, which I think would be good for him. So lots of jump room to the top, and lots of room to spook back and forth if he was to spook. But in general, I don't think he'd be as likely to spook in something this big and wide open anyway. That's the plan, that's the goal. And that is it for this video, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like the videos. YouTube is always saying in the analytics that most people who watch the videos aren't subscribed. You can always unsubscribe in the future if you don't like the kind of content that I'm putting out. And if you like the video, please like the video. Till the next one, I'll see you guys. Thank you for watching.